Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to look at Samson Dauda's 2023 Arnold Classic winning version and pit him against Brandon Curry's 2019 Arnold Classic winning version. I really apologize, you guys, for not really posting anything in the last few days. I've been doing some, personal stuff and I've had a lot of work to do, but, now I think I'll be able to focus on making videos, so hopefully you'll see some more in the future. But without any further ado, let's go into the first shot. The front double bicep shot is a great shot for both men here. I mean, look at their upper bodies, very nice. I like Samson Dauda's midsection, and the vacuum he pulls is very nice looking too. The quads easily go to Samson Dauda. I mean, look how cut and striated his legs are, and how separated they are as well. And just overall, they're much larger than Brandon Curry's. However, at the 2019 Arnold Classic, Brandon Curry had some pretty dry and separated legs as well. Now, the upper body, I mean, come on, guys. Look at Brandon Curry. He looks phenomenal here. Look at the midsection. Look at the V-taper he cuts out with those flaring lats. He's huge in the upper body, almost as big as Samson. And he's, definitely losing some ground in the height department here against Samson. But look at the arms, guys. Honestly, better than Samson's. Better biceps and triceps, better lats, a better midsection. And the upper body is just very dominant for Brandon. So therefore, I mean, even though he's losing in the legs, he's not really getting crushed. I'm going to give Brandon Curry this first shot here. Quickly before I forget to mention, but I did forget to mention in the front double bicep, I think both these guys are in very similar condition. I mean, upper body, lower body, very similar in terms of conditioning. And that's very evident in this front lat spread. I mean, the chest and the arms and the legs too, very similar, right? Now, look at Brandon Curry, guys. Dorian-esque lat spread here. Look at his lats and how they fill out this pose to a T on him. I mean, his arms are massive, probably just as big as Samson's in this shot, and he has better lats and he's a smaller guy. Now, the legs, honestly, I think Brandon Curry is holding his own here against Samson, who arguably has some of the best quads in the business right now. And I mean, yeah, Brandon Curry looks great at the 2019 Arnold Classic right now. It's hard to, argue against Samson's huge structure, but I mean, when Samson's not winning in the lat department and Brandon Curry is, and he's not really losing anywhere else that badly, I'm going to give Brandon Curry a second point in the front lat spread. Quick note, guys, if you guys are liking the video, please consider subscribing and liking. Really means a lot to me. And let's move into the next shot. The side chest is an interesting pose because I feel like Samson Dauda has more mass than Brandon Curry. I mean, it's very evident. However, Brandon Curry just has these full muscle bellies, probably just as big arms and legs, and just looks really proportionate here. I mean, look at him, guys. Crazy. Look at the chest. Look how bubbly and full it is. The shoulders are huge like cannonballs, and his arms are more conditioned, in my opinion, than Samson's. And if we look at the leg itself, right, look at the hanging hamstring on Brandon. That is immaculate. And if we look at Samson's, it's not as good, but I will say that Samson has some pretty darn good conditioning in the side leg. I mean, it's very good. Now, if we look at the midsections, I prefer Brandon Curry's here. I don't really like how Samson is kind of twisting. I prefer the way that Brandon Curry is executing the shot. And personally, I think that Brandon Curry has the better chest. He looks amazing in the side chest pose. I mean, Brandon Curry looks good in a lot of shots, and this is no exception. He looks great here. So I'm going to award Brandon Curry the point as well. The side tricep is similar to the side chest. I mean, guys, come on. Look at Brandon Curry. He seems to be in better conditioning than Samson, right? And he just has the better tricep as well, in my opinion. I mean, his arm looks full and has the 3D effect almost that Samson Dauda doesn't really have. Their midsections are very similar, and the side leg could go either way, in my opinion. I do like Samson's leg. It looks really great. And Brandon Curry's hanging hamstring looks amazing as well. But because Brandon Curry, I prefer his display, guys. I mean, that's as simple as that. And he looks in better condition. I mean, look at the shoulder, and I really like the way that he's, posing here. He looks amazing. Not to say Samson doesn't, but I would immediately go to Brandon Curry if I saw these two, right? And I'm going to give Brandon Curry the point here. The rear lat spread is a shot where I think Samson Dauda can actually make up some ground. I mean, look at the back, guys. He's wider and might be denser than Brandon Curry in the back itself. I really do like Brandon Curry, though. I mean, his display is amazing of that back. He's really wide for Brandon Curry. He has these 3D traps and looks phenomenal all together. And the legs on Brandon Curry look great, too. Look at the hamstrings, pretty deeply separated, and the glutes are striated to a T. But Samson definitely wins the lower body here. I mean, even though he doesn't have striated glutes, look how deep his hamstrings are. I mean, his hamstrings, if you guys watch the video footage of this show, his hamstrings are crazy. Always had some amazing conditioning in those hamstrings. And it's unfortunate that he can never get those striated glutes. Only one can pray, right? But man, it's close in the back. I would say that Samson's winning in the legs, and I feel like I'm going to give this one to Samson, but you can definitely have an argument for Brandon Curry winning this shot. The rear double bicep shot has a clear cut winner, and I think that is Brandon Curry. I mean, look at his back, guys. It is phenomenal. He's definitely shorter than Samson, but has a very similar level of width in the back. And not to mention, his back is 3D and full and bubbly, and his arms are probably just as big as Samson's from the rear as well. Now, the legs on Brandon look great. The glutes are striated and the hamstrings are cut. The calves, not too good, but Samson has some good calves and has better hamstrings and overall probably better legs than Curry from the back, even though he doesn't have striated glutes. Now, the back itself, like I said, Brandon Curry is taking with ease. I mean, look at Samson's back. It's good, but it's not as dense nor as, just not as good, not as 3D, not as, it doesn't have that wow factor that Brandon has here. Brandon has phenomenal conditioning, phenomenal symmetry, and looks amazing from the back. And Samson definitely needs more work. So this is an easy win for Brandon, in my opinion. Wow, guys. I mean, look at the abs and thigh shot here. Look at the V taper Brandon Curry is able to cut with those amazing lats and that tiny, tiny midsection. And his quads look great here, too. I mean, look at the separation, and they don't look too small whatsoever. Um, wow. I mean, that's all I can say, right? Look at the V taper. It's immaculate. Now, Samson looks good in his own right as well. He has probably just as good quads in this shot, if not better, probably. I would wager to say that he has better quads, but the midsection, kind of unesthetic for me. I don't like the split in the abs personally. And when you're going up against Brandon Curry, who has some of the most symmetrical abs in the game right now, it's just hard to beat him especially at his best version. Now, Samson also doesn't have the same level of flair in the lats. So, I mean, this is an easy, easy win. I mean, wow, guys. Just take a moment to appreciate how good Brandon Curry was at the 2019 Arnold Classic. I mean, he is one of the best, definitely, in the modern era at this show. For our last shot, the most muscular shot, I'm going to easily give this point to Brandon Curry. I mean, look at the shoulders, look at the arms. They're just better than Samson's, and Samson is bigger in terms of height and structure than Brandon. Brandon has the width. Look at those traps on Brandon. I mean, Brandon's in great conditioning. The legs do not look bad whatsoever for Brandon. He's definitely competing with Samson in the legs, but Samson definitely beats him in the quads. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, look at the sweep on Samson's quads and the conditioning. It's amazing. But the upper body is an easy win for Brandon. The symmetry, the fullness, easy win, easy win. I'm going to give it to Brandon Curry. And this concludes our competition here. So quickly to round off this comparison, I had Brandon Curry winning the front double bicep, the front lat spread, the side chest, the side tricep, the rear double bicep, the abs and thigh, and the most muscular shots, while Samson Dauda only won the rear lat spread, which means that the final score is 7-1, and the winner is Brandon Curry. Brandon Curry's 2019 appearance at the Arnold Classic was just way, way ahead of its time in comparison to Samson Dauda's 2023 appearance. I mean, Brandon Curry was amazing at that show, and it really shows in this comparison. And that's no diss to Samson Dauda, who did look phenomenal and rightfully won the 2023 Arnold Classic, in my opinion. But man, Brandon Curry was just a little too much, guys. Just a little too much. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a fun video. Don't hate me if you guys really think Samson should have won or if he should have won more poses, whatever. Let me know in the comments if you guys liked the video. Like I said earlier, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.